So Herman Cain is going to get interviewed by Wolf Blitzer before the debates. He's going to ask him about would he negotiate with terrorists. And as usual, Herman Cain is going to butcher the answer. Watch.
Could you imagine if you were president, we're almost out of time, and there were one American soldier who had been held for years, and the demand was Al-Qaeda or some other terrorist group, you got to free everyone at Guantanamo Bay, several hundred prisoners at Guantanamo. Could you see yourself as president authorizing that kind of transfer?
I could see myself authorizing that kind of transfer, but what I would do is I would make sure that I got all of the information, I got all of the input, considered all of the options, and then the president has to be the president and make a judgment call. I could make that call if I had.
My God, Herman, what are you doing? You're not supposed to say that. But this is amazing because he has no idea. I've never seen a guy this far out of his league. I think Michelle Bachmann might know more. He's like, negotiate with Al-Qaeda? I would certainly consider that. And I can see his supporters behind him going, no, Herman, don't say that, don't say that. So Blitzer tries to get a clarification. Let's see if Cain does any better.
Herman Cain, let me ask this to you. A few hours ago, you were asked by Wolf Blitzer if Al-Qaeda had an American soldier in captivity and they demanded the release of everyone at Guantanamo Bay, would you release them? And you said, quote, I could see myself authorizing that kind of a transfer. Can you explain?
The rest of the statement was quite simply, you would have to consider the entire situation. But let me say this first. I would have a policy that we do not negotiate with terrorists. We have to lay that principle down first. Now, then you have to look at each individual situation and consider all the facts.
But you're saying you could, I mean, in your words, you said that I could see myself authorizing that kind of a transfer. Isn't that negotiating with, in this case, Al-Qaeda?
I don't recall him saying that it was Al-Qaeda related.
Yeah, he did. He said...
Well, my policy would be we cannot negotiate with terrorists. That's where we have to start.
So classic Herman Cain comes out and says, we don't negotiate with terrorists. And I would negotiate with them. Does he understand anything? It's amazing. And he's like, well, you know, he said that you would be negotiating with Al-Qaeda. He's like, okay, I don't recall that. Next question. Okay, so then Anderson Cooper talks to him after the debate, says, Herman, what are you doing? What is this about, right? And then finally, his advisors must have gotten to him and go, God damn it, stop saying you'll negotiate with Al-Qaeda. So here's his answer.
I misspoke because I didn't, it was moving so fast, I misspoke. I would not do that. I simply would not do that.
Because bottom line, you're saying that would be negotiating with terrorists.
That would be negotiating with terrorists.
I love that. My bad, my mistake. I shouldn't have said I would negotiate with Al-Qaeda over and over again. My advisors educated me during the 5-minute break in between the debate and this interview. And now I changed my position again. How many times has he screwed up like this? This is beyond all bounds of reason. But now, to be fair to Herman Cain, he is emulating his hero, Ronald Reagan, and the hero of all the Republicans. Because Ronald Reagan loved negotiating with terrorists. He did it all the time. He negotiated with Iran and gave them arms for hostages. So if Herman Cain negotiated with Al-Qaeda, he would just be copying Ronald Reagan.